Hello coaster lovers. So I've been ranking coasters from parks for a bit, and I decided that I'm going to bring it back today with the amazing park Dollywood. If you don't know what Dollywood is a theme park located at the heart of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Dollywood is owned by the company Herschend, which operate other parks such as Silver Dollar City, Wild Adventures, and Kentucky Kingdom. Dollywood has 10 operating roller coasters at the time of this recording, and I'm going to rank all of them up. So this is all of Dollywood's roller coasters ranked. Welcome to King's Coasters. If you are new here and have been to Dollywood, King's Coasters will be for you, and consider taking a brief moment to subscribe to support the channel. It really boosts my self-esteem and it makes me motivated to make more videos just like this. So before we begin, I've ridden 8 of the roller coasters on this list, so that means 2 of the coasters on the list are the ones that I have unfortunately never been on. The first one of these 2 coasters is Whistlepunk Chaser, is in parallel gravity. Oh come on, you knew this was going to be last place. But I've heard these kiddie coasters are meh. The first drop will have the kids terrified, besides the kids who love thrill rides. And the Helix looks forceless and coaster enthusiast vision, but in kids' vision it's going to be wild. These gravity coasters that have a turn to end the ride are better than the ones that have a dip. Like the Great Chase at Six Flags America for example. It's because it's more smooth and definitely not as jarring as the one that has a dip. So moving along, this coaster I was disappointed with. It's Blazing Fury, an indoor dark ride and coaster mix. This indoor coaster was disappointing when I rode it, because the scenes are aged, and especially the values of the drops has some shuffling. And one time, I got a painful airtime moment on the ride because the lap bar was so far down that it left a good mark. So I will gladly skip this ride every time I visit this park. So staying in the family category, this coaster is not the best family coaster out there. It's a good one, don't get me wrong, but it's just not the best one out there. I'm talking about Dragonflyer, a Vekoma suspended coaster. This coaster is pretty forgettable. I mean, the ride is smooth and the lap bars are comfortable, but this ride did not impress me. Even when I had medium to low expectations, it still made me feel underwhelmed. Some people were saying that the overbank after the first drop feels like a near inversion, but when I rode it, it felt like a normal bank turn. A snappy one, but it didn't feel overbanked for me. This is just not the best family coaster out there, but I will gladly give this ride another chance because I know the potential. I see that in the back, you get some whip over the drop. So I will try it again when I visit this park again. So we are staying in the family genre with Fire Chaser Express, a Gerstlauer family coaster. I will say that this is a good family coaster. One thing that I love is the launches. It has some good zip, especially the backwards launch. You're hovering over your lap bar, and the theme is also really solid, and the ride is smooth. But this is just not the best family coaster I've ridden. I've heard it's one of the best family coasters out there, but I had medium expectations, and it still made me feel underwhelmed. This is my number 1 overrated coaster, but it's my opinion, so oh well. Sticking with Gerstlauer, this coaster I was also sorta disappointed with. It's Mystery Mine, a Gerstlauer Eurofighter. This coaster is actually special to me. It's because it was my first roller coaster manufactured by Gerstlauer, and just like in the Coaster Studios parody, it's meh. I mean, the theming is top notch, but the ride is just bland, except the ending. I love the drawn out dive loop. It has some amazing hang time, but here's the part I'm gonna get a little bit inappropriate. So gentlemen, you need to listen to this. Do not staple yourself, but if you do, watch where, how do I say this, the twins are placed, because when I rode it, I was nearly stapled, but I wasn't, so that's good. But at the very end of the ride, you pretty much know what happened, so I was not doing so well afterwards, but I can look past that. This ride is not that great. So going from thrill genre to weirdly, family genre, this is the second coaster I've not ridden. It is Big Bear Mountain, a Vekoma family coaster. This coaster looks so much fun. This is the coaster that has a chance to bring the LIMs back. The layout is U-shaped with a spaghetti bowl section at the end. I didn't ride this coaster because it was under construction when I visited the park. It looks so much fun, and it's smooth. I am definitely grabbing a ride if I visit this park again, and if it's open. So going from family to extreme, this coaster is the exact opposite of Fire Chaser. It's Wild Eagle, a B&M wing. What I mean is the opposite, is that it's the most underrated roller coaster I've ridden. The inversions are so floaty and the ride is glass smooth, even when it's 10 years old, and I'm shocked that this is still smooth after all these years. So if you are hitting on this ride, stop, it's actually really good, and I will gladly do this again when I visit this park again. But if you want to hear more about this ride, check out my review in the card above. So moving along to the number 3 spot, we have Tennessee Tornado, an Aero Looper. This is the only Aero Looper I've done, and it's so dang good. It's definitely a quality layout over a quantity layout. It has 3 intense inversions that you take at a pretty good pace. The first loop is filled with hang time, and the Iron Butterfly is the exact opposite. It's filled with positives. I absolutely love this ride. I will absolutely do this again. Along with Thunderhead, a GCI twister. This was definitely the biggest surprise during my Dollywood trip, because after that retract, it's fantastic. You're whipping all over the place, everywhere, even on parts where it's not twisting and turning that much. That retract made the ride so much better than it used to be. The layout is also a great one. It has many turnovers and fast transitions, and the Millennium Flyer lap bars just snug on your lap, and it's one of the most comfortable restraints I have ever felt. And now, that'll lead us into the number 1 spot. It is not much of a surprise. It's Lightning Rod, an RMC hybrid. This is a very tight matchup between this and Thunderhead, but honestly, I could switch either this ride and Thunderhead, but I decided to put Lightning Rod at number 1, because this coaster is so dang good. I love this coaster. The airtime is good, and the layout is just like Tennessee Tornado. It's quality. The wave turn is really floaty, so is the drop, which is kind of strange for RMC, but I like it. You also cannot talk about Lightning Rod without mentioning the quad down. That part is fantastic. It is non-stop ejector. This is an amazing coaster, and is currently placed at the number 2 spot on my credit list at the time of this recording. So I want to hear from you guys. What is your ranking of Dollywood's coasters? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and it would be great if you subscribe to the channel. You can post your list of the coasters ranked in your vision in the comments below if that makes sense. So if you are content with my content, I got you. Here's another video for you, and only for you. So make sure to keep that adrenaline pumping, and thank you for watching.